What's good, everyone, and we are back with another top 10 video on everyone's favorite Predator game. This list will go over the top 10 Fireteam characters that I think we need as DLC in the game currently. This list is in no particular order, and if you think I missed any or want any others to be added that you might think be better, drop it in the comments below. Let's get started. Coming in at number 10 is DILLON from the original Predator film. Probably the most notable character other than Arnold himself, DILLON's quips along with his signature MP5 should be added to the game to battle it out alongside the 87 Arnold against the Predator. And you also gotta give it to him for his resilience for still being able to fight against the Predator after losing an arm, so maybe they could throw that in as like an added ability to let him live longer without an arm, you know what I mean? So if they do plan to add any more of the original characters, I think he should be amongst the first to be added to the game. At number 9, we have Mike Harrigan from Predator 2. Here we have one of the more stubborn characters from the film franchise. An LAPD officer who's just doing his job, takes it pretty personal after losing his friend to the city hunter, and makes it his mission to hunt him down throughout the rest of the film while getting in the way of the OWLF. Harrigan's introduction into the game could make for a different playstyle, perhaps even giving him a hand cannon or his antique trophy flintlock pistol given to him by the clan leader. For number 8 is Mac from the original Predator film. Mac was a sergeant amongst Dutch's squad. He was the first to draw blood on the Predator in combat and had his lines "over here" and "any time" mimicked by the Predator. Mac wields a minigun, which we already have in the game, but a signature minigun would be needed for him, I would say. But my main reason for wanting to have him in the game is because he was unintentionally comical in the movie. During his chase after the Predator, he repeated the lines, "I'm gonna have me some fun," from the song Long Tall Sally over and over, either due to his deliriousness or drive to hunt the creature down. But he is the second character from the original film that I would also want in the game, but that's just my personal preference. And coming in at number 7 is Quinn McKenna from the Predator movie from 2018. He is probably the only deserving character from that film that I feel should be on this list. Classified as an army ranger and sniper, Quinn comes into contact with the fugitive Predator during a mission and spends the rest of the film fighting it and another super Predator. His skill sets and various experience with weapons and Predator tech would make him a formidable character to be added into the game, along with perhaps that Predator killer armor. No? Okay. Coming in at number 6 is a more known organization and hunting team known as the OWLF. This task force operated in Los Angeles during the events of Predator 2 and was a secret division of the CIA in tracking predators since the events of the original Predator. Studying hunting patterns and gaining vast knowledge on the hunters, they would have some interesting equipment to use outside of your ordinary guns. Perhaps more trap specific would be their playstyle, but a squad of this organization would be fun to play with even if using mostly experimental weaponry. Just a quick update for this entry though, they have added the OWLF as a playable class in the game with the plasma rifle, but I still kept this one in as I feel there could be more than one character with more gear to play around with. At number 5 is HANZO. HANZO is a character from the Predators film. He was an enforcer for the Yakuza before being abducted to be thrown into the hunting world. Wielding only a pistol and katana, HANZO is single-handedly able to take down one of the super Predators in single combat. This character would have to be mainly melee focused, which is something the game currently doesn't have, at least not outside of a knife. A character focused primarily on melee for the Fireteam side would be the biggest change to the Fireteam, and you'd actually be able to hold your own against an aggressive melee Predator. We already have a samurai Predator with a katana, so this would be the perfect pairing and why he's at number 5. For number 4, we have the STARGAZER Task Force. Already in the game, STARGAZER is a top secret government program that is an extension of the OWLF, a bit more competent than the OWLF. STARGAZER was prominently featured in the 2018 Predator film. They've proven successful at capturing predators and possess Predator tech from prior incidents. Having an entire playable squad with different mission types, tactics, and weapons would flip the game on its head from the traditional mission structure and playstyle. Instead of killing, incapacitating, or capturing the Predator as an objective and making the Predator the prey, and the task force the hunters, it would make for a fun dynamic in the game. At number 3, we have Ronald Noland. A stranded US cavalry soldier to the Predator's hunting world for seemingly years, Noland was able to survive by hunting and scavenging whatever he could find, even fashioning together Predator tech for human use. Although he was mad from his isolation and met his grisly end to the tracker Predator, Noland still seemed to be extremely capable with his time on the world. This character would be a fun addition for his equipment alone. It's pretty wild he was able to use a fully functional rifle that fired along with cloaking tech, so I'm sure this would definitely keep any Predator player on their toes. And he could be the team support character or tracker if the helmet's biovision is usable with inside the game or any of the other technology that he wields. For number 2, we have the Predator Hunters that come from the book of the same name. They were a team of individuals whom all had run-ins with the Hunters before. Featuring characters from other books, the group had more than enough experience to survive many encounters together and wreaked havoc in locations such as Afghanistan and the South Pacific. A deadly and experienced squad of these characters within the game would mean they'd most likely have very good stats and good equipment for taking out any Predator threat with ease. Even if they were overpowered, I still think this would be a fun fire team, but it wouldn't be so fun for the Predator. And finally, at number 1, in my most highly requested DLC character is Royce from Predators. Former US Spec Ops turned mercenary, Royce was equipped with the deadly AA-12 automatic shotgun. Royce is as cunning as he is deadly, and he's able to take down the final remaining Super Predator within the movie in melee combat by ultimately outsmarting it. He survived the initial hunt and even adapted to his way of life and continued to hunt and survive on the planet after the events of the movie, so there does have to be a lore reason for any of these characters to be playable in the game. Certainly not Roy, since he's not on Earth anymore, but I would say that he's one of my favorite characters throughout the Predator franchise. He sticks out outside of just being the lead in the film, but his ability to outlast practically anyone else and is enough of a savage to hold his own by any means necessary. I do like that the film gave us competent warriors, but Royce and his personal signature AA-12 and maybe new equipment that he's earned and scavenged throughout his time on the game preserve after the film would be cool to play with and explore within the game. So there's the list of 10 characters I think we need as DLC in the game, but here's also an honorable mention: Terminator. For the honorable mention of this list, I had to add the Terminator in some form or fashion. The Terminator has been a long-time rival of the Predator, dating all the way back to the early 2000s in the Alien vs. Predator vs. Terminator comic series by Dark Horse. Having another 80s icon added to the game, such as the Terminator, would give the game a wacky but believable character to take on the Hunter. It would definitely be worth a challenge, that's for sure. Allying up with the Fireteam for unknown reasons, stomping around in the endoskeleton, wielding the bulky plasma rifle, and going toe-to-toe with the Predator with the T-800's durable build and hard-hitting melee. I can't think of anyone else I would want to add to the game from another movie franchise. Can you? Any of these characters or teams I think would be a godsend for the game, and I would hope that we might get more human characters that aren't just renditions of Arnold, being that we already have 2 versions of him in the game, and I don't think we need any more. There are more characters that deserve to be added to this game, and whether it's a licensing thing or a budgetary reason, who knows if we will ever get to see anybody else, but this is just a list of what I would personally like to see if they plan to introduce any more new classes or characters. How do you guys feel about this list? Who would you like to see added to the game and why? Let me know down in the comments below, and I hope you all enjoyed the video. And also, I gained a lot of traction from the last top 10, so here's another for you guys to enjoy. I know it's been a while, but it's finally here for those who wanted more, and I appreciate all the engagement, the likes, the comments. It's been doing way better than I thought it would. Anything helps, likes, subscribing, all that fun stuff. You know the usual, I don't have to rant about it. But thank you for watching, and peace for now.